Good morning, Enid. It's Thursday, July 2nd. July 4th is around the corner. It's good to have you with us this morning on this Thursday. Right now it's 72 degrees. Winds are kind of calm, kind of peaceful. High today, 93, but the good news is that we got a 50% chance of rain today. So good morning, Enid. We're glad that you're with us. It's 7:30, and I always say it's the fastest 30 minutes of the morning for us. We're glad that you're with us. I'm Steve Kime.
I'm Janice Alfonso.
And it's good to see you, Janice.
Good
How's your
morning.
week going?
Pretty good, pretty hectic, but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
And if you notice, when you come to the administration building, you will see one of the first individuals you will see will be Raquel and also Janice.
Yes.
And so it can be busy because people are coming in. They want to go this way, this hallway, and Janice is the one in the know because she directs people in the right folks.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We have the assistant fire marshal.
Yes, that's so great.
He's got a big badge. He's a marshal. He's in the house. So
you'll know who he is.
So what does that tell us about our show today?
Well, we definitely have lots of information that it'll be worth waiting for to listen to, just because it'll keep you up to date with what's going on this week around the city of Enid. We have a great interview segment set up for you that'll be very informative for this weekend's events that you might have planned, and just an all-around good show in order for you to know what's going on in Enid. Thank you so much, Enid, and for watching. It's time to rise and shine.
Thank you, AJ, and again, good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us. It's 7:32. High today is going to be 93 degrees, and with that 50% chance of rain, feels like 50% chance of rain in my throat this morning. I apologize for that. It's going to be kind of humid today, but it's the 4th of July weekend coming up, and this is kind of our 4th of July show. And 4th of July means a lot of different things. To you, what's 4th of July weekend, or what is that?
Day off.
Day off, okay. If you ask 10 people, you get 10 different, when I think of 4th of July, I think of fireworks, I think of family, I think of day off, and a lot of that. But there's a picture I'd like to show you. There's kind of a family tradition around the Kime house that, I really like to display our flag. And here's a picture of a young man that's putting some flags out. And so 4th of July to us is family, but also learning, there's a lot of, I guess sacrifice is the word. And I want to read something about our Independence Day. And Penn, if you'd leave that picture up there, I'd appreciate it. It says, after voting for independence, Congress turned its attention to the Declaration of Independence, a statement explaining this decision, which had been prepared by a committee of 5 with Thomas Jefferson as the author. Anyway, a day earlier, John Adams had written to his wife, Abigail, and this is what John Adams said. The second day of July in 1776 will be the most memorable day in the history of America. I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be a day of deliverance. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade and shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, illuminations from one end of this continent to another. And yet John Adams said that back in 1776 on July 2nd. And so today we carry on that tradition of our independence as a country with displaying the flag with pomp and circumstance, because there is a lot of parades. And so if you ever wonder where the fireworks came from, well, you can kind of blame John Adams way back in 1776. And he said, that's the way this country should celebrate its independence. But our show today is in celebrating our independence, but being safe about it. So I'm looking forward to our interview segment. So anyway, Penn, thanks for putting that picture up there, and that's kind of our tradition to put, you know, the flags up and stuff like that. So therefore, July 4th, weather is a concern. Our 3-day forecast, what do you think it's?
I think it's going to be a nice sunny weekend. It's going to, for example, on tomorrow, it'll be in the 90s and low 67s, partly cloudy. On Saturday and Sunday, we're going to enjoy highs in the 90s. On Saturday, it's going to be lows for 69, and on Sunday, 74. So we could experience some type of thunderstorms, but hopefully it won't reach to us.
Yeah. And typically the fireworks display in Enid is 10 o'clock-ish, you know, when it's nice and dark. So there may be some lightning in the sky too to add to
I live nearby
to the fireworks
park.
at Menlo Park.
Yeah.
I've never been this close to the Statue of Liberty before.
No.
You notice that?
You haven't?
She's looking over our shoulder, so we got to behave ourselves this morning. Thank you for joining us at 7:36 here on this July 2nd. Currently 72 degrees, and again, high today is going to be around 93 degrees. Janice, you've got some information that's important, city offices, hours, and landfill and stuff like that.
Yes.
I think we can talk about that right now.
Well, we're definitely going to alert you that on Friday, city offices will be closed. It'll be obviously in observance of Independence Day, so please act accordingly. If you have to pay a water bill or a ticket, you can either pay it on Thursday or on Monday. And then we also have a few upcoming changes in reference to the Recycle Center drop site facility. Its new schedule beginning, well, yesterday. Wednesday, July 1st. The hours of operation are now Monday through Friday, 10 to 3 p.m., and Saturdays 9 to 12 p.m.
And excuse me, and I might add that the Recycle Center we're talking about, I think it's at 115
East Chestnut.
East Chestnut, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and that location will also be closed this Friday.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. And then we also just want to let everyone know that the city landfill will actually be open on Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., but it will be closed on Saturday.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, it's our hope to keep you informed, news, weather, sports, and everything else that's going on. And to help us to do that with statewide news is Jacob Zimney from our Public Works Department. And Jacob has the Oklahoma Minute.
Good morning, Enid. This is your Oklahoma Minute. The Oklahoma legislature is supporting a resolution that would repeal a section of the state constitution prohibiting religious displays on public property. The move follows the Oklahoma Supreme Court decision ruling that the Ten Commandments display in front of the state capitol must be removed. More than 50 new laws went into effect yesterday. Of the most noteworthy ones is a requirement that court clerks notify the FBI when a person is declared mentally ill, preventing them from buying firearms, and a set of regulations on ride-sharing businesses such as Uber. A 2014 report from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation shows crime has gone down from last year. The murder rate dropped 14% to a 10-year low, with violent crimes in general dropping 6% and nonviolent crimes dropping 9%. Finally, USA beat Germany 2-0 Tuesday, in the Women's World Cup, advancing to the finals for a second time in a row. They'll face Japan in the finals on July 5th. That's your Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Janice.
Thank you so much. That was very informative. It's nice to know what's going on around the state. And we also have a great video prepared for you from the Enid Fire Department. Thank you so much. Derek is actually going to show us his promo on that.
Hi, I'm Derek Silas. Today I'll show you how to navigate the fire department website. First, go to enid.org and navigate to Departments Fire. You will notice to the right of the center of the page the News box and Events box. And in the direct center you will see the Fire Chief's video, the mission statement, the department profile, and contact information. To the left of the center of the page, you will see the navigation links for the fire department, including divisions, which gives a breakdown of the 4 divisions that serve the community as suppression, prevention and inspection, maintenance, and training. You can go to each division to read in-depth information on them. The second navigation is safety information. This information is on various categories, including, but not limited to, CPR, extinguishers, cooking fires, computer safety, heat tape, hints, holiday, and babysitters. The next three navigation links includes the history, firefighters creed, and classic photos. Under that, you'll see the download center, which includes forms, guides, permits, and documents such as alarm plan instructions, alarm plan review form, fire safety checklist, fireworks display permit form, key vault installation guide, plan consultations, public event resource request, site plan review checklist, sprinkler plan instructions, and sprinkler plan review form. The final links include information on the Enid Fire Honor Guard, employment, how and when to use the 911, the Fire Civil Service Commission, and the Fire Department Staff Directory. Join me next time where we hear more tech tips. I'm Derek Silas.
Thank you, Derek Silas, and good morning, Enid, on this July 2nd, Thursday, getting close to the holiday weekend. Right now, holding steady at 72 degrees. Our winds are calm, high today around 93. And to find out what's going on besides some of the 4th of July activities, Jacob Zibney sitting in for Raquel, who's we don't know where we don't know what she's doing. No, she's not feeling well this morning. We want her to get to feeling better so we can have her back. But Jacob is helping us out with what's going on. Jacob?
Good morning. Good to see you again, Enid. Here's what's going on in Enid. We've got a lot of great events for you as usual. This Friday will be first Friday following the, or just before our July 4th weekend. As usual, we're happening from April to November every first Friday. Come downtown starting at 6 p.m. or later and enjoy an evening of live music, great shopping, and delicious food at several locations. First Friday is always free and open to the public. Following that on July 4th will be Leonardo's Hometown Celebration. This will be the 13th annual event sponsored by Global Spectrum. There will be fun and games, face painting, door prizes, and don't forget to bring your own turtle for the turtle races. Lunch will be provided. Cost will be $3.50 for Leonardo's members and $7 for non-members. That's what's going on in Enid. Back to you, Steve and Janice.
I have not been feeding my turtle. That way he's hungry and he really wants to race hard, so I'm ready for this.
I used to have a turtle in Florida, Bubbles.
Bubbles.
I would have taken it.
Real quick, we got a picture of Penn when he went to Israel on vacation, and he's sporting a City of Enid hat. So we want to remind people that if you go on vacation, go to a cool place, or even if you just go to Perry, Oklahoma, send us a picture and let us know where you're at this summer. And also, if you have an idea for the program, send an email to asksteve@enid.org, or cows are still at the mailbox, and they'll take your comments, questions, and suggestions. asksteve@enid.org. Enough of that. It's time for our great interview. Jamari, take it away.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you, Steve and Janice. Our special guest this morning is Assistant Fire Marshal Kevin Winter. Thank you for being here with us this morning. We appreciate it. With this big weekend, 4th of July weekend, we want to share with our viewers how to be safe on this holiday weekend where there's a lot of fireworks. And even though fireworks are not permitted within the city limits, but if you go spend time with your friends at a lake house outside of the city limits, or with your family outside of town, how can you be safe?
To start with, you should have some adult be in charge. Have one person kind of oversee things. If you have to set off fireworks, make sure that you are on private property and that you have permission to do so. But there's several rules of thumb to use. It's good to have a source of water extinguisher, a bucket of water, something like that, something to put out the little mishaps that may incur. Another thing would be to wear appropriate protection, such as eyeglasses. You know, we don't think about that, but sparks, different things, we don't want to get that into our eye. Right. Read all the precautionary labels on all the fireworks. They'll tell you how to discharge that firework. Just simple things like that can prevent the dreaded trip to the ER later that night. So parents, watch the children. Don't let the children play with the fireworks. There's certain fireworks that are appropriate for children, but it's best to so-called leave the fireworks show up to the professionals.
Okay, thank you. And on that same line, what is permitted within the city limits? What novelty firework?
In the city limits, there is some allowance for novelty fireworks. Novelty fireworks are considered smoke bombs, things like poppers that you throw down on the ground and they make a big bang. Different little things like that. There's really no firework involved. One of those that are, however, is the sparkler. It is somewhat allowed, and sparklers are some of the most dangerous objects in the fireworks lines because they burn at an extremely high temperature, and lots of burns are a result of that.
See, and that was going to be my next question, because I see a lot of families, they prefer the fire sparkles for the little kids. You know, you see them walking around and you think that they're harmless, but they're not.
They are very dangerous. You know, just if you use them, make sure that you watch the children very closely and have them just hold them, and don't point them or poke them at each other. Things like that will go a long ways to prevent some sort of burn injury.
Thank you. Now, another big tradition for this 4th of July weekend is to get with the family and friends and have big cookouts. So what can you tell me about precautions when using charcoal or propane, grilling, and the fire pits? Because that's one of the favorite items that I've heard this summer too. People like to gather around them and just chat. Yes. And
grilling is meant to be outdoors. Don't have your grill indoors to start with. That would be the first thing. However, propane grilling is a lot easier than charcoal grilling. Propane grilling, you know, have the lid open, allow it to vent before you light it a little bit. If you have it closed up, the gas gets in there, it can kind of a little explosion. Charcoal lighter fluid, you know, there's other ways to get your charcoal started, what they call a charcoal chimney. Put the charcoal in the chimney, put some newspaper underneath it, and it gets it going. It's a lot better for keeping things safe, so to speak. Never put the charcoal lighter fluid on the grill or on the charcoal while it's already lit. That can lead to a problem as well. It's good to grill on a non-combustible surface. We have codes that are specific to multifamily dwellings, such as apartments, that they cannot do them on their balconies. Okay. They have to be 10 feet away. And many of those tenants of those facilities have to sign some sort of a waiver that the fire department has produced for them to make them aware of that code. So fire pits, again, you know, we call that a code-specific campfire or a ceremonial religious campfire, and they're to be no larger than 3 feet diameter with no more than 2 feet of firewood in the pit. Adult supervision is required at all times. Constant attendance of that fire is required at all times. We all have seen the fire go out at night, and we wake up the next morning when we're out camping and we put a little air movement onto it, put some more kindling in it, and boom, we got another fire for our hot coffee to brew in the morning or our breakfast. Mm-hmm. So The only way to ensure that a fire is completely out is to douse it with water and make sure it's out before you go back inside. Keep the kids at bare minimum 3 feet away from all fire rings. Also pets, keep them away. It's our jobs as adults to protect those that are around it, and that's one thing we have to be very responsible when we're dealing with fire.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your time with us this morning. Very informative for our viewers back home. Remember, be safe. Have an adult watching these activities. And if you have an emergency, the number you need to call is 911. Thanks again, and back to you, Steve and Janice.
Okay, that's very informative, and I think the lesson learned there is, you know, common sense is one thing, but everybody might interpret common sense differently. But mom and dad, time to be full-time parents sometime, especially.
Don't grill anymore inside, Steve. I know you
Okay.
have that bad habit.
Oh man, I got to move the grill out of the hallway. Thanks a lot. No, we appreciate our Kevin being with us today. So, well, it's 7:51, holding steady, 72 degrees. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, July the 2nd. So, real quick, let's find out what happened overnight for statewide news. And back into the studio is Jacob Zimney with the Oklahoma Minute.
Good morning again, Enid. This is your Oklahoma Minute. The Oklahoma legislature is supporting a resolution that will repeal a section of the state constitution that prohibits religious displays in front of public property. The move follows the state Supreme Court decision ruling that the 10 Commandments display in front of the state capitol must be removed. More than 50 new laws went into effect yesterday. The most noteworthy ones include a requirement that court clerks notify the FBI when people are declared mentally ill, preventing them from buying firearms, and a new set of regulations for ride-sharing businesses such as Uber. The 2014 report from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation shows that crime is down in the state from last year. The murder rate dropped 14% to a 10-year low. Violent crimes in general went down 6%, and nonviolent crimes went down 9%. Finally, USA beat Germany 2-0 Tuesday in the Women's World Cup, advancing to the finals for a second time in a row. They face Japan in the finals on July 5th. That's your Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Janice.
Okay, Jacob, thank you very much. And if we can, we kind of have an Enid Fire Department show going on. We have a video, a brief video of our Fire Department Chief, Joe Jackson. And if Penn can cue that up, we'd like to show that right now. I hope we can.
Hello, I'm Chief Joe Jackson of the Enid Fire Department. The mission of the Enid Fire Department is to serve the public and to safeguard the community by preventing or minimizing the impact of emergency situations to life, environment, and property by responding to both emergency and non-emergency requests for service. If I can be of service to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Okay, at 7:53 on this Thursday morning, 50% chance of rain today. It was hot this week.
Yeah, I love it.
Very
I'm not
hot.
complaining.
So-
I'd rather they keep in the cold.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can take a look at the forecast as everybody's preparing for the 4th of July weekend. What's it look like, Janice?
Well, tomorrow will be in the high 90s and low 67. Saturday and Sunday will consist of 90s, and then on Saturday it'll be low 69, and on Sunday low 74. So please prepare for any chance of thunderstorms and a partly cloudy day. But other than that, hopefully we won't catch too much rain, so don't spoil the long weekend.
Okay. Very good. We're getting close to our pet segment, but I'd like for us to show our little pet promo that Penn Klein has produced for us, and then we'll introduce you to our pet that we're going to adopt. So we'll be right back after this.
Are you wanting to bring home a new family member, but you don't know where to look? There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Come by the Enid Animal Shelter or visit our Facebook page. adopt.
Okay, welcome to live TV. So many things goes on behind the scenes, and we appreciate you being with us. And I certainly appreciate, we've got so many people working cameras and sound and chasing dogs and everything else behind the camera. So we need to find out real quick what's going on for the weekend. A lot of things. Jacob, take it away.
Good morning again, Enid. We got a lot of events going on this weekend. First of all, just a brief reminder that First Friday is happening starting 6 p.m. tomorrow on Friday. And on Saturday, July 4th, will be Leonardo's Hometown Celebration. This is the 13th annual Hometown Celebration featuring door prizes, face painting, fun and games, and remember to bring your own turtle for the turtle races. This will be at Leonardo's Children's Museum, $3.50 for Leonardo's member admission and $7 for non-member admission. Back to you, Steve and Janice.
Okay, Jacob, thanks for filling in for us this morning, and we wish Raquel to get well on us. 7:56, like I said, fastest 30 minutes, huh?
Yep.
It's such a blur. Well, Hannah is back. Hannah Nelson, thank you very much for being back. And you have brought, who have you brought? Look at this gorgeous.
She has brought Walker with her.
Walker,
He is
okay.
a shepherd mix male. He is good with kids.
Look at that tongue.
He's a year old, and he loves to play fetch and loves his treats. Aww. Well, it costs about $75 to adopt him, which is convenient because it actually covers his neuter and his rabies shot. So that's a pretty good price for what you're getting.
I'll tell you, that's a great shot right there.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're just keeping it on Walker because look at the tongue. He said, he goes, it's breakfast time. I'm ready. And you said Walker is a year old?
Yes. he
And
is
look
a
at the
year old.
temperament. So it'd be great with kids and family and.
Yeah. Good old family dog.
And this is a good opportunity to remind everybody. There you go, Walker. I think Walker has adopted us as our pet for the studio. Look at that. Look at that look.
He's like,
Well,
"Steve, it's
there he
working."
is. Okay, Walker, we're trying to get you on camera. It's kind of difficult.
We have to have a whole camera
But
just
we
for
want to
him.
remind everybody, it's near 100 degrees the last couple days, so just be mindful of the water and provide your pets some shade and things of this nature.
Yeah.
So, what's the number? 249, is it 4910? Okay, and Walker's a year old, and I think Walker would just really want to be right here. But you can see the number on the screen, 580-249-4910. And what was the fee again to take care of that?
$75 covers his neuter and rabies shot.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
So, all right, Hannah, thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate the work that you do at the Animal Control and everybody out there. Walker, happy 4th of July weekend to you. And so,
He's
well,
sleepy.
we have about 30 seconds before we have to disappear. And any other comments about the show today? Anything that you've learned?
I definitely enjoyed a picture of Penn in Jerusalem. I'm going to try to see if I ever go to a cool little spot like that, maybe where
Right.
I need to get one of those hats, Steve.
Okay,
Public
I've got a
relations.
hat. I've got a hat. I'll get it to you, Janice. So really, send us your picture.
Yeah.
Ask Steve at enid.org. You can send a picture there and look at Walker, just really stretched out. That's a great shot right there. Walker is ready for us to go.
This is live TV,
We have
Walker.
to go. Happy 4th, everyone. Have a safe 4th of July weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday.